Before I start any work on my conversion videos, I often spend hours trawling through artwork, Pinterest accounts, bits resellers, and the pictures of sprues, all to find components that would suit the miniature that I'm looking to create. Unfortunately, these searches aren't always successful, and I'm not able to find suitable components. However, when I do inevitably come to a bit of converter's block, there is usually one resource left to explore: third-party components. And this video is the first in a series that you could say is a spin-off from my 5 ways to convert videos. I'll be looking at the miniatures and components from non-Games Workshop companies and using them to create new miniatures. And the first of the series will see us looking at, in my opinion, one of the coolest looking regiments, the Armageddon Steel Legion. So the kit I'll be making use of in this video is the Raumjäger Infantry from Wargame Atlantic's Death Fields range. Now you can see from just the box itself that the miniatures already have that Steel Legion vibe straight away. And this isn't surprising considering that these guys are essentially World War II era Fallschirmjäger that have been propelled into the future, and so they have that mix of 1940s German and sci-fi aesthetics, which incidentally are pretty much who the Steel Legion are modelled off. Their miniatures feature a mix of the Fallschirmjäger jump helmets and the Stahlhelms, and their armoured infantry bears a strong resemblance to the tactics employed by Germany in World War II as well. So this kit is plastic and multi-part, as you can see from the sprue here, and contains separate arms, legs, torsos and heads. The kit also comes with options for heavy machine guns, plasma guns, flamethrowers and pistols. So once you've gotten all of these assembled, you'll be left with something that looks like this. On its own, it's a pretty good looking miniature, it has nice details, and it's pretty cool that they have the same kind of equipment that I've seen on historical World War II miniatures as well. This means you could use these guys as a cheaper alternative for your Imperial Guard forces, exactly as they are. However, if you want to retain that Imperial aesthetic and also get around some tournaments rulings, the most important feature about this set is the fact that they are also in 28mm heroic scale and that they work really well with Cadian shock troops. So what I've done here is to create a mixture of the two kits. Both use the legs from the Raumjäger set, as these feature that short greatcoat that's kind of iconic for the Steel Legion. On top of these, I've used a Cadian and also a Raumjäger torso. If we look at these from behind, you can see that the Cadian torso works quite well, however, it isn't quite as chunky as the one on the right. But they both work really well with the legs. However, by using Cadian torsos, you'll find that you're going to have to spend a little more to get those torsos on their own, so using the Raumjäger torso will be a little cheaper, while still looking pretty good. Next up, we have the weaponry, and for both of these, I've decided to use the ubiquitous lasgun. If you're building an Imperial Guard army, then this is pretty much a must. It not only gives us that incredibly recognisable weapon, but it also includes the Imperial Aquila, which no Commissar-fearing guardsman would be seen without. So to get these arms to work with the Raumjäger torso, I did need to trim down the front armour panels on that torso component just a little bit. This allowed the rifle to sit flush against the chest, and because both chests are similar width at the shoulders, the arms work really well here. Finally, we have the heads, and again we have one from each kit. Now the Cadian head here is definitely nowhere near as Steel Legion as the gas mask one on the left, but it does go to show you how the Games Workshop kit's heads work with the Raumjäger torsos. The left head is perfect for your Steel Legion, however, you only get 3 of these fully enclosed helmets for every 4 bodies though, so it's a slight shame, but there are plenty of other heads on the sprue that you could use instead. So anyway, these are just unpainted, unassembled miniatures, so let's take another look at the fully painted versions of these. So now I've been given these two guys a suitable coat of paint, you can see just how well they could be used as alternatives or as a good source of components for creating your Steel Legion army in plastic. Now whilst I've only covered the Cadian shock troops here, you could quite easily use other kits such as the Militarum Tempestus. By using these components, you could either represent Steel Legion Tempestus, or you could just use the heads as a gas mask alternative. As I already mentioned, the source of these was the Raumjäger's kit from Wargames Atlantic, and I'll include a link to them in the description below. If you have any suggestions of other regiments, legions, or chapters you would like to see me cover in these third-party kit bash videos, then let me know in the description below. So before I go, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon. Your help with the cost of producing these videos really helps me to experiment more and try out new things like this kind of tutorial. If you don't currently support me, or if you would like to lend me a hand to, I've included my Patreon page in the description below, or if you'd just like to make a one-off donation, I also have a PayPal link there as well. And for anyone looking to chat about all things wargaming with others who enjoy my channel, I've set up a Discord server which you can find a link to in the description. So the only thing left to say is, thanks for watching, and goodbye.